Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I'm going to do your November the 30th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our H.O.O.D recovery services. You may reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. I hope that you are having a beautiful day. I am grateful to be alive today. Very grateful. Okay, the meditation is entitled Listening with an open mind and heart. Let me rephrase that. Listening with an open mind and heart. Hopefully you can see that. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. We learn to actively cultivate our listening skills, using our ears more than our mouths in conversation. It works. Tradition 2, applying spiritual principles. Being open-minded is a spiritual principle of tradition 2, in which we invite a higher power to develop and guide our group's conscience in decision-making. One helpful step toward getting our minds open enough to participate in this process is to open our ears to each other. And as the cliche goes, we're not just hearing words, blah, 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 waiting for our turn to speak, but listening to them. For that to happen in earnest, we need to take a break from talking or thinking about what we're going to say when it's finally our turn. A mistake we often make in relationships, and this applies to service in NA, is believing that being heard and getting our point across is the most important contribution we can make. There are times when we confuse listening with telling someone how much we understand and immediately sharing our own story of identification. In other times, our evidence for listening is a hefty list of solutions to the challenges a member has just shared with us. Sometimes an addict just wants to be heard. Our sage advice can wait until it's asked for. When we actively listen in conversation or in a group discussion, we're able to make more meaning of the topic, have more empathy, be more inclusive and curious. We tap into the conscience part of tradition 2 when we listen to and absorb, excuse me, the voices of our fellow members. Our perspective broadens, context deepens. At our most open, we can see things as others see them, maybe even clarifying our own viewpoints in the process. We can be influenced. An addict shared, I feel much more at peace when I'm listening and not trying so hard to be heard. And isn't serenity what all this is about anyway? Let me reread that last sentence. An addict shared, I feel much more at peace when I am listening and not trying so hard to be heard. And isn't serenity what all this is about anyway? Today will be a day when I'm going to open my mind and my heart by opening my ears and not my mouth. Be quiet, brain. I'm listening. What a meditation. Almost comical, but still very poignant and factual, right? That we talk more than we listen. We're always thinking about what we're going to say, even when other people are talking. And it's amazing to me because you will have people that you sponsor that are asking questions, but it doesn't seem in earnest because they have a one-track mind. It's almost perfunctory, like they know they need to ask, but they haven't gotten to the point where they're open-minded enough to hear a response because their mind is obsessing over what they already think they need to do. And as soon as you finish saying what you have to say, they'll apologize if it seems like they're not listening or being rude or don't agree, and then go back into saying the exact same thing that they just said before they even brought it to you, right? And so we have a tendency to mute people. And that's what this is talking about, is learning how to listen with an open mind and heart and not mute people. We mute them so that when they are talking, it does seem like the blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, here we go again. Here she goes again. Here he goes again, not even listening to me. And you already have it in mind as soon as they finish talking, what you're going to say. You're going to reiterate basically what you've been saying. And insanity to me is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If I'm always doing the talking, when am I listening? If I'm always pre-planning my response to whatever it is you say, what purpose is there in this interaction, in this relationship? And this meditation does challenge us to look at how we do relationships around us. Are we truly engaged? Are we truly allowing a person to be heard out? Or do we bum rush them with our solutions that we've thought about the whole time that they've been talking? You know, I take care of two beautiful spirits, sometimes three, my husband, but I have two young people under the age of 12 that I take care of. And I will tell you, they are very talkative little fellas. I think they get it from me. And sometimes they will be talking and I will be sitting there on the couch and it will look like I'm listening. And I will give them my response and they will just look at me. And I'm like, what? They said, weren't you even listening to me? And it dawns on me at some point in time, I drifted off into the discussion, right? I drifted off on them. And I'll just say, you know, I'm sorry, I must have missed that part. Tell me again the part that you think I missed. Because I can't really tell you the whole part, right? Because I've been distracted with my own thoughts. So it happens. It happens to the best of us. But if we want healthier relationships in our lives with whomever we're relating to, let's practice taking the cotton out of our ears and putting it in our mouths. And I say this meditation is comical because basically that's what it's telling us to do. Shut up and listen, right? Stop being Mr. Solution Guy all the time. Listen to your wife. Listen to her. If she is not feeling like you're listening to her, she's probably also not feeling like doing anything else, because the way to our hearts, right? The way to our hearts is tenderness as women. And so we look for our mates to be patient with us and allow us to go through the expression that we need to go through until we feel like we're being heard, you know? And we have a tendency to just want to get straight to our response. Let's not do that today. Open your mind and your heart to whoever's talking to you and give them some eye contact. There's nothing worse than talking to a person that will not give you some eye contact. Not that scary kind of staring type eye contact, but that type of eye contact that lets them know that you're engaged with them, right? Let's do that today and let's have a beautiful day. Let's make this last day of November the most beautiful November 30th that there ever was. We can do it. I believe in you and I want for you to have a beautiful day on purpose. I intend to, and I will be talking to you tomorrow.